This is Nami from One Piece, and this is a model available over on my Patreon. This is Groundeffected. My name is your dad, and this video was sponsored by Groundeffected. That is me. These are the models available this month on my channel, and I can't even word properly because it's Patreon, not channel. For this month only, you get these two models. Normally we only give one. This month you're getting two models. Of course, if you want to print and paint this model for yourself, well then you need to go check out my Patreon in the link down below. So without any further faff, let's just dive straight into painting Nami. Okay, that was just a small little lie because there is a little bit of faff. I've made a couple of videos this week, and if you are interested, there is links and things all around. They're all linked together. Go check them out and just leave some comments on them, I guess. And now let's paint Nami. The first thing I'm going to start with on this model is the easy stuff, and one of the easiest things is putting yellow ink over the top of some clear bits, which is essentially just lightning coming out of Zeus's backside. I can just paint them yellow and then put a clear coat over the top of them and put them aside, and I'm done with them. That's the best part about magical stuff in models, is that they're usually very simple to do and you can move along very swiftly, like I did to painting Zeus himself. And what you may be noticing already is that this video, there isn't any speed up yet. That's because throughout this video, wherever I can and for as much as possible, I'm not going to speed up any of the footage. So that may make it a little bit more boring to watch. It also may make it a bit more interesting for those who have been asking about this specific feature in my videos. And of course, this week I've been producing a video every single day, and every video has had a slight subtle change, and some of them had crazy changes, like complete changes. So we're just testing out the way that things are accepted on this channel, and this is one of those things that I'll do. So of course, if you have an opinion, you should leave it in the comments down below. But if you didn't like anything, then I'm going to tell you right now that you should probably f*** off, and that is because usually I put it at the end of the video, and I'm starting to realize that not many people are getting to the f*** off part, and so I just figured I'll give it to you now, under 3 minutes of making the video, so that way we're all clear on what to do if you don't like anything specifically. Of course, let's move on to painting the model, and I need to give this the base coat to her suit. And I'll be honest here, totally clear and honest, I thought I was cooking. I thought putting down this nice blue and this light pastel blue, boom, I am a champion. I've done this suit, it looks fantastic, we can move on. Well, that's a lie. And annoyingly, I realized that whilst painting the torso, but you can't just stop when you've started something. You need to keep going with it, because you never know where it could end up. So where it ended up was me changing the color completely to the sky blue. And look, I'm literally gonna cover everything up again. So yes, I'll put my hands up when I make a mistake, and right now is the time that I made a mistake, which was just because I put the wrong color. There was way too much difference between the blue that I put down initially and the highlight. In fact, the highlight was too desaturated, so we lost all of the blue. But after adding that blue sky, I think we might be in the right place. We need to tint it a bit, but before we get there, I'm going to quickly put an orange down on Nami's hair. Nami's hair is a reddish orange. It's kind of more orange than red, but we can mess around with the saturation here because we are trying to make sure that we get the color composed accordingly. Basically, the way that color works is that it works like magic, basically. It's black magic, and essentially we want a little bit of leeway with certain things. Here is one of those black magic things that I was literally just talking about. It's not the same as the hair though, but it's a different black magic, and this is for painting yellow, which this little section of a bow that goes around her waist, it's yellow, by the way. And yes, I painted it pink. Seems crazy. What's wrong with you? Nothing. Once you put a white zenithal highlight over the top of that, and then spray a yellow over the top of that, you get this magical color of a little bit of orange that actually makes your shading so much better. Now, you could probably put some orange in the shadows, it wouldn't look the same. You could put red in the shadows, it wouldn't look the same. You cannot put black in the shadows because you will make green, and it will definitely not look the same. So that's a little trick. I've said it before a few times, in case you didn't realize. Well, here it is again. And now, coming back to that hair, I'm going to use some Caribou Crimson, which is a dark red color, and I'm going to spray that into the shadows of this hair, and this is going to just help give me some depth. It gives me more option later to lighten up if I want to, but realistically, all I'm looking for here is value, the deepest, darkest value of the shadow, and the brightest highlight being less of value. But anyway, let's move on to the dress and skirt thing again. And now I'm going to use Talisar Blue. And this color specifically is so saturated. It's like the bluest of blue you could ever imagine. And the reason why I'm using it is because adding this in the shadows is going to bring that saturation of the blue right up to the top, which is going to be fantastic. Now, Nami has got a stick, which Usopp made for her, technically, I guess. I don't really know how else to explain it without giving spoilers, because the last time I did a One Piece video, people moaned that they couldn't watch because they had to turn it on mute because I was giving too many spoilers. Well, I'll try not to do this, but basically Usopp made this really cool stick. Without going into any other detail, it retracts and has some sort of powers, which has nothing to do with Zeus, which by the way is the thing I'm painting now. Yes, I think it's magical that they called this little cloud Zeus. Honestly, it's the best thing in the world. And yes, that is also a spoiler, but don't worry about it. It's so far down the line, you're either never going to get to that part of the anime, or you are so close to it, and when you do, you'll be happy that you got there. And it's just really cool. I love the dynamic between Zeus and Nami, and really it's actually kind of a bad dynamic, but it's still funny to watch the two of them. Either way, Zeus has some pinky reddish color eyes, and I used the same color for the eyes on the tongue as well. And I did multiple layers. You could see me doing a couple layers there, and then I literally just used a light ivory kind of color for his teeth, and now I can put those magical pieces of lightning bolts out of his backside, and that's it. He's done. Zeus is technically done, actually, because I still have to paint his hat. And this model has got quite a bit of freehanding in it, which might be annoying for you if you are afraid of freehanding. But in my opinion, it's not as bad as you think. And for this kind of thing, all I'm doing is using a small brush. I want quite a long bristle, not too short, but I want a long one because I'm using a small one, and small ones don't hold a lot of paint or moisture. So by using a long one, I get to have a little bit more moisture up the bristles, and at the same time hold a tiny little bit more paint. The reason I'm using the small one is because I am scared too of making a mistake here, although at this point it would be as simple as spraying it back to freaking grey again, which that is the color that it is, a light whitish grey, and that's it. I could start again, but I didn't have to do that. I very carefully painted in the stripes. Yes, there could have been more on her head, but I feel like it just, if I do 4 of them, then I'm in the area of I can't mess up at this point. So done with the hat. I put a little bit of yellow on the brim and the little ball button thing on the top, and I can put the hat on Zeus and call Zeus done. Zeus is literally done now. Now it's time to move on to Nami. You may have noticed though, underneath Zeus there was a little piece of clear. That is also part of the model, and I figured the model needed a little bit of stability to make sure it doesn't fall over, and so we made this little circular disc to help it stay like that. You could probably display the model without it. I think that you might be tempting fate, but you could display it without it. But equally, you could also paint it just black, or you could print it in clear like I did. Now the shoes for Nami are pretty simple really. I'm going to use a dark skin tone color basically, and I'm going to paint that. It's technically a brown, and I'm going to paint that over the inside sole, so the inner section of the sole, which you can clearly see, and then I'm going to use one of the medium skin tones and paint the outside edge to make these shoes, which are probably made out of cork or something like that. So that's at least what I thought in my mind. And now I can paint the straps, and for the straps I'm using a black gray, so it's not actually black, and it's not also, I mean I guess it is gray, but it's just like a dark gray. Because if I use just pure black on this, I feel like it might stand out a little bit too stark, and I'm going to be using black at some point. That's going to be for eyelashes, but that's going to help. Using not black now is going to help making using black later more effective, and we'll probably see that when we look at the final reveal at the end of this video. And for painting these straps, it's pretty simple really. I carefully go around the outside edges and make sure that I get those nice and tidy, and then I just color them in like a coloring in book. I painted a bit of deck tan over the underpant, and this is just because it needs to be under. She's wearing a little dress, so I'm glad Lucas put an underpant there and it's not just a Ken doll, because I feel like that might just even read worse. So we are here where we are. Now is the only time in this whole video that I sped up, and that's because I don't think you wanted to watch me paint these little flowers one at a time for the next 2 hours that it took me to paint them. So I just sped that up for you to make it go a little bit quicker. Across the bow that goes around her waist, there is also a little bow, which is holding that bow in place, perhaps. I don't really know why it's like that, but it is like that. And I painted that bow with blue, just straight blue. that's pretty much it. There's not much more I can say about that. And then I proceeded to carry on with painting a whole load of flowers on her dress again. And you can see I split this section up so that I painted a bunch of flowers. I got well bored of painting those flowers, and so I quickly painted a little strap, which was so exciting that I decided to go back to painting those flowers again. But luckily, once the flowers are done, I can work on... She has an eternal pose on her arm, and this is basically printed in clear as well, which hopefully you can see it in the final. It's really hard to film it, but in real life it looks really cool. Annoyingly, I'm 100% sure that I didn't get to film it very nicely and it looks terrible, but we won't talk about it. Just look for it in the shots at the end of the video and comment down below how cool it looks, and that's all that you need to do. Other than that, let's quickly paint the staff that is made by Usopp, which I can't remember. It's something to do with the weather. I can't remember what the hell the thing's called. Doesn't matter though. Either way, this thing is it's pretty much orange with an orange and white handle. It's got like stripes on it, and so I painted those stripes using deck tan. And the reason I use deck tan is because it flows a bit better than most whites. It covers better than most whites. It is also equally not white at all. In fact, it's probably arguably a bit green. But either way, we'll move on from that. It's done. The handle's done. It's time to do some more freehanding, and this time it's the tattoo on Nami's arm. And this, I don't know what else to say to you. I originally thought I could print a water slide decal, and you definitely can do that for this. However, I felt like once I had printed it, the shape was too complicated to cut out nicely enough, and I was not going to be happy with there being some extra marks, let's say, or that little clear bit that goes around the water slide decals. I didn't want that for a tattoo, so I decided I'm just going to freehand this thing. And when you're freehanding, you want your paint to be a little bit thinner. Annoyingly though, when it's thinner, it doesn't cover as well, so it means you have to do multiple passes, which means you have to be super tardy many more times than normal. But it doesn't matter. It's way safer because the paint flows better and makes it easier for you to just flow and make the little shapes that I needed to do for that tattoo. Her eyebrows are painted with a brown, I'm pretty sure it was leather brown, because you don't want to do completely red eyebrows, otherwise it will look really weird. Like honestly, even if it is a redhead character, I don't care, unless they are specifically, if it's Ronald Weasley, maybe you want to paint his eyebrows freaking orange, I don't know, but for her specifically, no orange eyebrows, simple as that. For the eyes, I'm going to put some Magos purple into the little crevasse that goes around them. There is always some form of a little crevasse, and I feel like this, it may not be seen in all times, but most of the time I try to make it visible. But for me personally, this is a great way to set up the eyes. It also helps me to visualize where the edge of the eyes need to be. It's just fantastic. I'm also going to use that same Magos purple, but not as thick this time. For the eyes, I'm just slapping it in there. I want it to pool all over the place. But for the lips, I'm using like a very small amount on the tip of my brush, and I'm just tinting the lips. Now it's time to paint the eyelashes, which is the only time that I'm using actual black on this model, and you should be able to see this in the final, like, actual render of the model. And render, I mean like the final shot. Words are really hard. Either way, you should be able to see how it helps to force the focus to her eyes, essentially, which is what I was trying to do with this model. And because she has a super cute little face, and she has such a cool hairstyle and a really cool outfit and everything kind of like ties together. I just didn't want you to be like super drawn to maybe her feet, because that just wouldn't seem right. Although Zeus is down there, which is pretty cool, and you kind of are drawn to looking at Zeus, but essentially the eyes is the window to your heart or something like that. I don't know. Words are really hard. I've made 4 videos this week already. Actually 5. Like, I've made too many. I don't even know how many videos I've made. So basically words are even harder than usually they are. That was even worse of a sentence. Whatever. Painting the eyes, I'm gonna use that highlight skin that I've always been using. Yes, to that one dude who says that the eyes look weird to him, cool bro, paint them whatever you want to paint them. This is how I like to paint them. I personally really like bright eyeballs, and so I paint them with this highlight skin color, which is basically an ivory color, and I'm gonna do that by thinning the paint down and doing multiple layers. This is what you're seeing. I'm not just okay, it is kind of a slow process, but these are multiple layers of painting over the eyes to make sure that it's at the brightness that I want it to be. I'm then gonna take a dark brown, essentially without lying to you, I took the brown that I'm going to show you in a couple of seconds, and I added a little bit of black to that to just make it dark brown. This is not the correct way of doing things, but it is a way of doing things, and basically that's how I do the setup for the pupils of actually the iris of the eyes, because the pupil is black. Oh man, this has been a long week, but this is the color. I took that red leather and I put a little bit of black into it. I set up a circle. This is the iris. This is the shape I want it to be for a female character like this, specifically because she's an anime based character. I can make those as big as I want them to be. The bigger, the cuter the face will look. After that, I can take that brown and then go back in and leave a very thin line of the dark brown around the outside edge, and then paint in the light brown. Once I've done that, I will carefully take some black and paint as perfect of a little black circle as I can in the center of those eyes, which this is in fact the pupil that I got confused with a little bit earlier. After I've done that though, I'm going to want to put a specular highlight, and for that I use white, and I'll put that on one side, a big one and a small on the other side. And you may be wondering, how come you haven't seen any of the skin tones being painted? Well, that's because there is another video for that, which hopefully, if I remember, I'll put a link for it up in the top corner right now, and you can go and watch how I painted the skin tones for this, and also for magic as well. I'm now going to take a gloss clear and put that over her lips, and also over her eyes as well, and then sit here and twiddle my thumbs, because normally when I say that I'm going to put the gloss clear over the eyes and the lips, that goes by in about 3 seconds. And it means that I can go moving quickly, swiftly on to the next sentence, which I always like to say at the end of making a model. And that is, I can now put the hair on the head, and then take the head and put that head on top of the model. And then I can call this model done. So this video wasn't too different to the typical video. This is by design, by the way. This is because we are testing characters, videos, type of filming, type of delivery, like a bunch of things. We're also testing thumbnails, we're testing titles, so you may notice if you've seen a video it's got a different title, or it may have a different thumbnail to what you saw it having the other day when you first saw it. Whatever the case is, there is a load of testing going on, and hopefully you've enjoyed this solid week of content, because I've put in a lot of work to making this content like it is, and it's taken so much effort from both me and Frankie. I want you to know that if you want this model, you need to go check out the link in the description or on the screen. That's because that's for my Patreon, and on the screen right now you can see all the names of the people who support me over on Patreon. And if you want to do that as well, then you want to click that link and go check it out, and that's it. If you watch this video sitting on the toilet, make sure to wash your hands, because we don't want you walking around with your stank hand. And if you didn't like anything you saw in this video, I already told you in the beginning, but I'll tell you again, just fuck off.